have one little success story here that we like to tell you about. Everybody likes to brag about things, but we had one of our little students here come in and was quite bashful and so forth, and here she gets involved in a contest and wins, and she tells her mother now, she says, "Mom, I'm not shy anymore." So this is what it's all about, is to give people an opportunity to perform where they normally wouldn't get a chance. Now on your program here, this coming Saturday at 2 p.m., the senior group are putting on Jake's Corner. Now, this is free to you.
A week from Saturday.
A week from this Saturday, excuse me. Oh, yeah, I should have read the program, May 16th. So, a week from this coming Saturday, Jake's Corner will be put on by these young people, and they've worked really hard. There's still a lot more work to do, and we'll be working with them on Saturday. So you've got to call for reservations on this. We only have 160 seats, so it's on your program what to call. Now, starting in the month of, let's see, there will be a summer workshop here. It will be offered from June the 8th to the 20th of June. Now, this is a really something that will broaden the kids' lives. And on your program, right in the middle, you can see the various subjects that are going to be covered. Now, that will be an hour and a half for 2 weeks, every single day, all during for that 2 weeks time. Now, there will be a couple of changes on the different, like maybe 9 will become 12 and 12 will become 11 or something like that, because I'm trying to work this schedule out with these people that are these performers. Now, these are talented, professional people that have been around for a long time. Now, Jody and I started this theater back in 1975 down in Provo. We were there for 5 years, grew really fine, and then we had to move, close it because our landlord doubled our rent and it wasn't worth just staying there. Then we moved out to Orem for a year after closing for 3.5 years. And the seats you're sitting in were the seats I had to start with. And then we moved out here to Linden. We were able to buy the building. And we are so happy that you folks here have made it possible that in 2.5 years, Linden Park is paid for. I just like to say this. We came out here and the Tomlinsons and Linden Park made it possible for us to get into this building, and yeah, we've really met a lot of wonderful people here in Linden, and we're just glad we've been here, and we just hope that we can keep things coming. Sir, if you'll just take a there's my wife. We appreciate here, and you see there's improvements come along and so forth, but these seats, when we thought we were not going to go into business anymore, I sold them. And then I used them for 2.5 years, 1 year in Orem, 1.5 years out here, and then the guy I sold them to very selfishly wanted his seats. So I have to give them back to him. They moved him to Salt Lake, and then he had them reupholstered. They had some financial problems, and I was able to get them back. But when I got them back, they took them apart and lost all the ball bearings out of some of the seats. So for a while, I just had chairs sitting down certain aisles. But here in good old Utah Valley, I found a place with ball bearings. So I could put all the seats together, so now the theater will stay just like you see it. And you will see these improvements from time to time, and we hope you'll come back and see us. Now, this program that we're doing this summer will cost $35, but when you pay that, you will receive a $20 family pass back. And that means you're only paying $15 to get rid of your kid for 2 weeks. So, then we have another, at the end of the fall, in September, October, and November, we will have another workshop similar to what we've gone through here now, only there will be auditions, and then the kids will be placed where they will best fit. Now they've had experience, so we can go on. Now if any of you have any questions, let us know about that. And also in the fall, it will be you'll still receive, when you pay that, a family pass of $20. So really the class is only costing you $5. Now we like you to come over this period of time to see the show that we're now playing, then the show that is in rehearsal you'll get to see, and then when the thing is all over with and the next show starts, you'll be able to see that one also. And they'll let the kids get a broad experience of what the adult shows are like, what the kids shows are like, so they can fit into these things. Now we've had a lot of fun with your kids here. I am pretty mean at times, but I haven't really only come down on a few of them at times. And tonight, they're sitting behind me, and we really expect them to behave well for you, because they're still on stage. They're still, I think you'll be pleased with what you're going to see tonight. So without any further ado, we will say...
Tell them about the present show, Butch and the Kids.
I just did.
Oh, did you? Oh, dear.
Oh, I am so happy that my wife said that to me in front of all you people. You didn't hear? All right, the show that is playing now is Butch and the Kids. A lot of you still have your family passes. You're welcome to use them on this show, but we would like you to call us for reservations on that. Now, you're entitled to these shows, so we want your kids to be exposed to what's going on in the theatrical world, and this is a good place for them. Thank you, Jody. I turn the time over to my wife, and we just wish you all a welcome to the Belly Center Playhouse.
When we had that tape, made today, printed, I wanted that in great big letters to thank all of you parents for your support. You have been wonderful, and I really do appreciate your support. The children couldn't do it, without you, not only to drive them out here and pick them up, but to encourage them along the way and tell them they can do it, and we do really appreciate the parents' support, and it greatly shows. Today we have 3 classes performing. As you can see, the mini spots are our beginning class, and the spotlights are our intermediate class, and the follow spots is an advanced class. And Keith has invited you a week from Saturday to see the Super Troopers, which is the super advanced class, because they did a play for their project. And so we will proceed now, and you can follow the program as is. I understand that Justin Brierly is not here tonight. He had an accident and had a little, quite a severe burn, and he was going to try and come, but he just wasn't feeling up to it. So we'd like to excuse Justin Brierly, the very last one on the mini spots. And I do want to say we'll go right on. I do want to caution the kids. Can you hear how loud I'm talking? Can you hear me up in the back? Okay, this is how loud we have to talk, because we do have a blower up here with a little bit of air because it's so warm. So we'll turn the time over to the children. Thank you.
This morning I was kidnapped by 3 masked men. They stopped me on the sidewalk and offered me some candy. And when I wouldn't take it, they grabbed me by the collar and pinned my arms behind my back with sharp and rusty wire. And then they shoved me in the back seat of this big black limousine and blindfolded me so I couldn't see where they took me, and plugged my ears with cotton so I couldn't hear their voices, and drove for 20 miles, or at least for 20 minutes. And then they took me down to this cold and moldy basement and tied me up to a stool. And when one went off to get the ransom, he left the other to guard me with his shotgun pointed right at me. Tied up to a stool. That's why I went to school.
Craig, come right up. Children, come right up. Won't we the next time? Why don't you stand right back here so we can see you better.
name is Craig Fraser, and the reading that I would like to perform for you is Captain Hook. Captain Hook must remember not to scratch his toes. Captain Hook must watch out and never pick his nose. Captain Hook must be gentle when he shakes your hand. Captain Hook must be careful opening sardine cans and playing tag and turning pages of his book. Lots of folks I'm glad I ain't, but mostly Captain Hook.
My name is Adrian Finch, and my reading is a letter from Mom. Dear, I'm writing this slow because I know you can't read fast. We don't live where we did when you left. As for your father read in the paper where most accidents happen within 20 miles of your home. So I moved. I can't send you the address, as for the last Kentucky family that lived here took the numbers with them, so they would have to change their address. This place has a washing machine. The first day I put 3 shirts in, pulled the chain, and never seen them since. It rained twice this week. 4 days the first time, and 3 days the second time. About the coat you wanted me to send, your aunt Sue said it would be a little bit too heavy with them heavy buttons on, so I cut them off and put them in the pockets. The funeral home sent us a payment on Grandma's funeral. It said if we didn't pay the last payment on Grandma's funeral, up she comes. About your father, he has a lovely new job. He's cutting along at the cemetery. He has about 500 men under him. About your sister, she had a baby this morning. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so I don't know if you're an aunt or an uncle. About your Uncle John, he fell on a whiskey vat. Some men tried to help him out, but he fought them off playfully, so he drowned. We cremated him. He burned for 3 days. 3 of your friends drove off the bridge in a pickup. One was driving, and the other 2 were in the back. The driver rolled down the window and swam safely ashore. The 2 in the back drowned because they couldn't get the tailgate down. Not much more news this time. Love, Mom. Write more often. P.S. I was going to send you some money. Envelope was already sealed. Kiss, kiss.
My name is Vicki Hampton, and my poem is Hug-A-War. I will not play a tug-a-war. I'd rather play a hug-a-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs. Everyone giggles and rolls on the rugs. Everyone kisses, everyone grins, everyone cuddles, and everyone wins. My second poem is The Homework Machine. Oh, the homework machine. Oh, the homework machine, the best contraption that's ever been seen. Just put in your homework, drop in a dime, snap on the switch, and in 10 seconds time, your homework will come out quick and as clean as can be. Oh look, there it is. 9 plus 4 equals 3. Oh me, it's not as perfect as I thought it would be.
My name is Brett Sundberg, and my reading is The Unscratchable Itch. There is an itch that you can't scratch, right between your shoulder blades. It's like an egg that just won't hatch. There you sit, and there it stays. Turn and squirm and try to reach it. Twist your neck and bend your back. Hear your elbows creak and crack. Stretch your fingers, now you bet it's going to reach. No, that won't do it. Hold your breath and stretch and pray. Only just an inch away. It's worse than a sunbeam that you can't catch. Is that one itch that you can't scratch?
My name is Lindsay Williams.
so my reading is clothes. I like new clothes. They seem smoother and shinier and brighter. I remember to hang them up, and I remember to move carefully in them. I feel taller and prettier with them, and I don't climb over barbed wire. I like old clothes too. I don't think of them much. They are a part of me. Go where I go, doing whatever I feel like doing. They don't expect me to be so tall. They know my size exactly. You know, clothes are like friends. Hi, my name is Christopher Clark, and my reading is superstitious. If you are superstitious, you'll never step on cracks. When you see a ladder, you'll never walk beneath it. And if you spill some salt, you'll throw some across your back. And carry around a rabbit spit just in case you need it. You'll pick up any penny that you find laying on the ground. And never, never, ever throw your hat up on the bed or open an umbrella when you're in the house. And you'll bite your tongue each time you say something you shouldn't have said. And you'll cross your fingers and hold your breath walking by a graveyard. And number 13 isn't going to do you any good. All black cats will look vicious when you're superstitious. But I'm not superstitious. Knock on wood.
My name is David Schmidt, and the reading I'm going to give you is Band-Aids. I have a Band-Aid on my feet, one on my knee, and one on my nose, one on my heel, and 2 on my shoulder, 3 on my elbow, and 9 on my toes, 2 on my wrist, and 1 on my ankle, 3 on my... 1 on my foot. 1 on my chin, and 1 on my thigh, 4 on my belly, and 5 on my bottom, 1 on my forehead, and 1 on my eye, 1 on my neck, and in case I might need them, I have a box full of 35 more. But oh, I do think it's sort of a pity I don't have a cut or a sore.
One by one. That alligator yelled, "You're hurting me so!" But the dentist cried, "I still got 12 to go." Oops, that was a mistake, I confess, but what's one alligator to? More or less. Then the jaws went snap, and the dentist was blown right off the map. Where he went, one could only guess, north, south, east, or west. But what's one dentist, more or less?
My name is Jessica Koch. I'm singing Can't Better Sound. I'll sing you a poem of a singing king who played with the world at the end of the string. We only loved one single thing, and that was just a peanut butter sound. His scepter, his royal gown, his regal throne and golden crowns were all brown and
sticky from the mounds and dripping from each peanut butter sandwich. His subjects were all silly fools, for he passed the royal rule that all they could learn in school was how to make a peanut butter sandwich. He would not eat his stove and steak. He scorned his soup and kingly cake, and told his portly cook to bake an extra sticky peanut butter sandwich. And then one day, he took a bite and started chewing with delight, but found his jaws were stuck quite tight from that last bite of peanut butter sandwich. His brother pulled, his sister fried, the wizard pushed, his mother cried, "My boy's committed suicide from his last bite of peanut butter sandwich." The dentist came, the royal doc, the royal plumber banged and knocked. Still those jaws stay tightly locked. Oh, darn that sticky peanut butter sandwich. The carpenter, he tried with pliers. Telephone man tried with wires. The fireman tried with fire, but couldn't melt that peanut butter sandwich. And then one day, all his royal subjects came. They hooked his jaws with grappling chains and pulled both ways with might and main, until crack! Oh joy! They broke right through that peanut butter sandwich. A puff of dust, a screech, a squeak, the king's jaws opened with a creak, and then in a voice so faint and weak, the first words they heard him speak were, "How about a peanut butter sandwich?"
My name is Rachel Adams, and I'm going to do Smile by Ellen Lewis. It's easy enough to be pleasant when life flows like a song. The man worthwhile is the man who can smile when everything goes dead wrong. For the test of the heart is trouble, and it always comes with the years. With the smile that is worth the praises of the earth, the smile that shines through tears. It is easy enough to be virtuous when nothing tempts you to stray, and without or within no voice of sin is luring your soul away. But it's only a negative virtue until it is tried by fire. No life is worth the honor of the earth, life exists desire. By the cynic, the sad, and the fallen, who had no strength of strife, the world's highway is cumbered today. They make up the item of life. With the virtue that conquers passion, and the sorrow that hides in a smile. It is these that are worth the homage of the earth, for we find them but once in a while.
My name is Tressa Martin, and my poem is called Hey World, Here I Am. I said to the world, I've arrived! I, Kate Bloomfield, have come at last. The world paid no attention. I said to the world, hey world, here I am! Don't you understand? It's me, Kate Bloomfield. The world ignored me. I took myself off into a corner. Guess what? I made it. You know, Kate Bloomfield. Myself felt, yay, Kate! And spent 6 somersaults up the middle of Main Street. The world turned. What did you say, said the world? I paid no attention. After all, I made it. It's not my fault that it isn't.
My name is Chad Brown, and my poem is called As Soon as Fred Gets Out of Bed. As soon as Fred gets out of bed, his underwear goes on his head. His mother laughs, don't put away. A head's no place for underwear. Below his ears, above his brain, is where Fred's underwear still remains. At night before Fred goes to bed, he deftly plucks them off his head. His mother turns out the lights and softly croons, good night, good night. And then for reasons no one knows, Fred's underwear goes on his toes.
My name is Julie Packer, and my reading is called Written in the Deep.
At the foot of the hill
the ice cream truck drove into a mud hole and got stuck. We helped the driver back on the road, but first we had to lighten the load. When we had helped a gallon apiece, the driver phoned the chief of police, who drove a pole into the sledge and measured 5 feet of chocolate fudge. It had to be lightened. Well, we turned to and helped the man. What else could we do? I even called my Girl Scout troop. By then there was nothing left but soup. Still, ice cream soup is very good, and we wanted to help as much as we could. It was our good deed for the day to help the man get on his way. At last we pulled him out of the mud, and he drove away in his empty truck. Thanking us all for helping him out, that made us happy, there is no doubt. We must help our neighbors as much as we can, especially when he's the ice cream.
My name is Jody Parks, and I'm doing Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She scoured the pots, she scraped the pans, candied the yams and spiced the ham, and though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. So it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds, potato peelings, brown bananas, raw and peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. Filled the can that covered the floor, cracked the window and blocked the door, with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, fruit bits, peach bits, orange peel, floppy clumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crusts of black burned butter toast, gristly bits and beefy roast. The garbage rolled on down the hall, raised the roof and broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, gooey globs of bubble gum, cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter, caked and dry, curdled milk and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold french fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high, finally it touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away, and none of her friends would come to play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, "Okay, I'll take the garbage out." But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. But there in the garbage sheeted hay, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout and always take the garbage out.
I'm Mike Ordinance, and I'm going to do the squeaky touch.
Would you speak louder, please?
Dad,
Everything King Midas touches turns to gold. Lucky fellow, everything I touch turns to raspberry jello. Today I touched the kitchen wall. Squish. I went and punched my brother Paul. Splish. I tried to fix my bike last week. Whoosh. I kissed my mother on the cheek. Sploosh. I tried to comb my wavy hair. Smush. I sat into the easy chair. Slush. I got into my overshoes. Splush. I tried to read the evening news. Splush. I took a dive into the sea. Smush. Wouldn't you like to shake hands with me?
My name's Camille Garner, and my reading is called Growing Pains. Mother got mad at me last night and bawled me out. She said I was lazy and self-centered. She said my room was a pigsty. She said she was sick and tired of forever nagging, but I gave her no choice. She went on and on until I began to cry. I hate crying in front of people. It was horrible. But I got away, though, and went to bed, and it was over. I knew things would be okay in the morning. Stiff with being sorry, too polite, but okay. I was glad to be by myself. Then she came to my room and apologized. She explained, too, things had gone on all day at the store. She hadn't had a letter from my sister, and she was worried. Dad had also done something to hurt her. She even told me about that, and then she cried. I kept hugging her and telling her, "It's all right, don't cry," wishing she'd stop. I can forgive her for getting mad at me. That's easy. But her sadness, I don't know what to do with her sadness. I yell at her often. You don't understand me, I say. But I don't want to have to understand her. That's asking too much.
My name is Shalise Little, and I'm going to be reciting Recital. Once upon a time in a corn country there lived a beautiful girl, and her name was Recital. Now Recital lived with her muggly other and her two sad blisters. Also in the same corn country there lived a prancing hince, and this prancing hince was going to have a fancy fall. He'd invite people from riles around, especially the pitch people. Rcital's muggly other and her two sad blisters went to town to buy some dancing fesses for the bouncy fall. But Rcital couldn't go because all she had to wear was some old ruddy dags. Finally, the night of the bouncy fall arrived, and Rcital couldn't go, so she cranked down and tried. While she was sitting there shrine, her gay mud-father appeared. He touched her with his magic wand, and there appeared before her a kid bulch and Hicks white horses to take her to the bouncy fall. He said, Rcital, be sure to be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin. When Rcital arrived to the bouncy fall, the prancing hince met her at the door. He'd been watching behind a wooden window. Rcital and the prancing hince danced all night until midnight, and they fell in love. Finally, the mid-clock struck night, and Rcital spaced down the rails as fast as she can go, and when she reached the bottom, she slopped her dripper. The next day, the prancing hince went throughout the corn foundry looking for the maiden who had slopped her dripper. When he came to Rcital's house, he tried it on her muggly other, and it fit it. Then he tried it on her sissy ugglers, and it fit it. Then he tried it on Rcital, and it fit it. It was exactly the sight rise. Rcital and the prancing hince were married the next day, and they lived happily after heavily. The story of the moral is, if you go to a bouncy fall and you want a prancing hince to lell and fall with you, don't forget to slop your dripper.
Hi, my name is Susie. I live in a big house in the woods with my mommy, my daddy, my little brother, and Herbert. He's our pet bear. One day I went into the woods to pick the flowers. When I came home, I said hi to my mommy, my daddy, my little brother, and Herbert. But I couldn't find my little brother anywhere. Then I saw Herbert smile. Herbert had eaten my little brother. Oh, I was so mad. I was furious. I said, Herbert, don't you ever do that again. The next day I went to pick flowers again. When I came home, I said hi to my mommy and I pet Herbert. But I couldn't find my daddy anywhere. Then I saw Herbert smile. Herbert had eaten my daddy. Oh, I was so mad. I was furious. I said, Herbert, don't you ever do that again. The next day I went to pick flowers again. When I came home, I patted Herbert on the head. But I couldn't find my mommy anywhere. Then I saw Herbert smile, big and fat. Herbert had eaten my mommy. Oh, I was so mad. I was furious. I said, Herbert, don't you ever do that again. The next day I went to pick flowers again. When I came home, I saw my mommy, my daddy, my little brother, and Herbert smile. I was so surprised, I asked my mommy what happened. She said, Herbert burped.
My name is Corey Johnston, and the piece I'm going to do is What Ifs. Last night while I lay thinking there, some what ifs crawled into my ear and danced and partied all night long and sang their old what if song. What if I'm dumb in school? What if they close the swimming pool? What if I get beat up? What if there's poison in my cup? What if nobody likes me? What if a bolt of lightning strikes me? What if I flunk that test? What if green hair goes on my chest? What if I don't grow any taller? What if my head starts getting smaller? What if the fish won't bite?
kind? What if they start a war? What if my parents get a divorce? What if there's a hole in my pants? What if I never learn to dance? When everything seems swell, and then the nighttime waters strike again.
My name is Robin Squires, and my reading is The Touch of the Master's Hand. Twas battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely worth his while to waste his time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. Would my bid, good friends, he cried, who'll start the bidding for me? $1 and only one? Who'll make it $2? $2 and $3. $3 once and $3 twice, and going. But no, from the back of the room, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow, and wiping the dust from the old violin and tightening the loose strings, played a melody sweet and pure as the caroling angels sing. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, voice quiet and low, said, what am I bid for the old violin, as he held it up with a bow? $1,000, and who'll make it $2? $2,000 and $3. 3,000 once and 3,000 twice, and going and gone. The people cheered, but some of them cried, we don't quite understand what changes work. So him replied, it's the touch of the master's hand. And many a man with a life out of tune and spattered and scarred with sin is auctioned cheap to a thoughtless crowd, much like the old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He's going once and going twice and going and almost gone. The master comes in the thoughtless crowd can never quite understand the worth of the soul and the change is wrought by the touch of the master's hand.
My name is Sean Lowenstein, and the name of my reading is Getting Through Difficulties. My greatest failing as a carefree youngster was I became too easily discouraged at a task that seemed difficult. I was certainly no plugger. Then one night, my father came to me and handed me a thin board and a penknife and told me to scratch the line with the board. I did as I was told, and then my father locked the board and the knife away in his desk. The process was repeated night after night. By the end of the week, I was overwhelmed with curiosity. But still, the process went on. Then came the night when there was no more room. My last slight effort had set the board in the field. My father stared at me for a long time and then said, you have never thought a task so easily accomplished with so little effort, would you? It was a good object lesson, impossible to forget, and one even a 10-year-old could benefit from.
My name is Becky Passmore, and I'm going to say, yes, you can succeed. Figure it out yourself, my lad. You've all the greatest men have had. 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 eyes, and a brain to use if you would be wise. With this equipment, they all began to start from the top and say, I can. Search them over wide and great. They take their food from common plate, and similar knives and forks they use, with similar laces to tie their shoes. The world considers them brave and smart, but you've all they had when they made their start. You are the handicapped one you must face. You are the one who must choose your place. God has equipped your life. He lets you choose what you want to be. So figure it out yourself, my lads. You were born with all the greatest men have had. With your equipment, they all began. So start from the top and say, I can.
My name is James Ireland, and I'm reciting the poem Dreams. Barnabas Brownie was scared of drowning, so he never would swim or get in a boat or take a bath or cross a moat. He just sat day and night with his door locked tight and his windows nailed down, shaking with fear that a wave might appear. And he cried so many tears they filled up the room, and he drowned.
My name is Sarah Bigelow, and the poem I'm going to recite is I'm Fine. nothing would ever the matter with me. I'm just as healthy as I can be. I have arthritis in back and knees. When I talk with the knees. My pulse is weak, my blood is thin, but I'm awfully well for the shape I'm in. My teeth eventually had to come out. My diet I hate to think about. I'm overweight and can't get thin, but my appetite is sure to win. But I'm awfully well for the shape I'm in. Arch supports I have for my feet, or I wouldn't be able to go on the street. Sleep is denied me night after night, and in the morning I'm a sight. My memory's failing, my head's in a spin, but I'm awfully well for the shape I'm in. The moral is this, as the tale we unfold, that for all those who are growing old, it's better say I'm fine with a grin than to let folks know the shape you're in. Hi, my name is Lisa Jen, and I'm going to recite Benny the Frog. Benny was a big bullfrog who lived in a swamp. This swamp was just an ordinary swamp. All the frogs lived in nice houses, had nice big lily pads, running water, TVs, and a rowboat parked out front. This was just an ordinary swamp. One day, Benny decided he needed something special that would make all the other swamp creatures look up to him. He finally decided what he wanted, a beautiful long white beard. He wished so hard, and finally one day, Fairy Frog Mother appeared and said, Benny, I will grant you your wish, but you must never, ever shave it off, for if you do, I'll turn you into an urn. Benny promised he'd never shave it off, and the Fairy Frog Mother, with a wave of her wand and a poof, a beautiful white long beard appeared on Benny's chin. The next day, Benny's neighbors heard about the beard and came to look. Everyone came. The alligators, muskrats, snakes, raccoons, turtles, and even dragonflies. Benny was very proud of his beard. For days and days, creatures came to look. But after a while, most of them stopped coming. And finally, no one came at all. Benny wasn't very proud of his beard as he was at first because he kept tripping over it. After a long time, Benny just couldn't stand it any longer. So one morning, he shaved off his scraggly long beard. All at once, the Fairy Frog Mother appeared and said, Benny, I warned you what would happen if you shaved off your beard. Now I'm going to turn you into an urn. So Benny was turned into an urn. The moral of this story is, a Benny shaved is a Benny earned.
My name is Corey Ellerton, and I'm going to be reciting Ever Since I Was a Little Kid. Ever since I was a little kid, I never wanted to be me. I wanted to be Billy Whittleton. But Billy Whittleton didn't even like me. I walked like he walked, I talked like he talked. I even signed up for the same high school he signed up for. Which is when it changed. He began to hang around Herbie Vanderman. Which is when it dawned on me. He walked like Herbie Vanderman, he talked like Herbie Vanderman. Which is when it dawned on me. The Herbie Vanderman is always walking and talking like Joey Savage. And Joey Savage is always walking and talking like Corky Savage. So here I was, walking and talking like Billy Whittleton's impersonation of Herbie Vanderman's version of Joey Hamlin, walking and talking like Corky Savinson. And who do you think Corky Savinson is always walking and talking like? Of all people, the dopey Kenny Wellington, the little pest who's always walking and talking like me.
My name is Melissa Moody, and I'm going to recite I'll Never Give Up My Independence. Try to see it my way. I am nearly 20, and if I was ever going to make a break, now is the time to do it. Imagine, half my girlfriends were already separated from their husbands, and here I was still living at home. So I told my parents I was moving out. You wouldn't believe the yelling and screaming. My father said, "You're breaking your mother's heart." My mother said, "Oh, what was my crime? What was my terrible crime?" And before I knew it, we were in an argument. And I told them both they needed an analysis. And they told me I had a nasty mouth. And suddenly, I was out on the street with my raincoat, my suitcase, and my tennis racket. But I had no place to move. So I looked around downtown, and everything was too expensive. And evening came, and all my girlfriends had reconciled with their husbands, so there was absolutely no place I could spend the night. Well, frankly, what on earth could I do? So I waited till it was way past my parents' bedtime, and I snuck back into the house, set the alarm in my bedroom for 6 the next morning. Then I slept on top of the bed so I wouldn't wrinkle any sheets. Had some breakfast in the morning and snuck out before anyone was up. I've been living that way for 2 months now. Every night after midnight, I sneak back into the house, sleep on top of the bed till 6 the next morning, have breakfast, and sneak out. And every day I call my parents from the downtown drugstore, and they yell and cry at me to come back. But of course, I always tell them no. I'll never give up my independence.
While the next two girls are getting their props for this little scene from Something's Gotta Go, I forgot to mention that Rebecca Hedges is not going to be with us either, and she was the last one in this group. But it's very unusual that two students can work so well together as these two girls do. And this little scene was just so cleverly done right from the very beginning. So these girls are working as partners, which is really a wonderful thing to blend so nicely with your characterization. So we'll have Something's Gotta Go at this time.
My name's Charlotte Van Wagenen.
My name's Bobby Morgan, and we're going to do a scene from Something's Gotta Go. Becky, you're hopeless.
Well, what's so all-fired important about having the living room spotless tonight? Bill's been here 1,000 times, and I know darn well he's seen it messier than this.
That's probably true, but tonight seems to be a very important one, and Melody wants everything, including the house, perfect for the occasion.
What occasion?
Melody didn't say it outright, but she hinted that tonight might be the turning point in their romance.
You mean they might get engaged?
I think they might, but you mustn't mention it to a soul, not until it's official.
Oh, sure. You know, that'll be real crazy.
Oh?
Yeah, for a change I'll be top dog around here.
Now just what do you mean by that?
For absolutely years, I've had to bow and scrape to Melody, just so I could borrow a cashmere sweater once in a while. Just imagine being freed from that bondage.
When Melody goes, I suspect she'll take her cashmeres with her.
Oh, sure. But when you don't have her to feed, maybe you can afford to buy me one once in a while. Say, Mom, could you spare me a few minutes to cue me on my line? Could you?
I don't think so, Becky.
You have no idea how much it would help.
But I have so much to do. Besides, dramatics are a little out of my line.
Please, Mom?
But I have to clean up this mess. You heard your father last night. He was dead serious about bringing in that efficiency expert.
Oh, he's been talking that way for months.
Yeah, but this time he means it. Just look at this list of things I have to do today.
But, Mom, if I lose that part in the play, I'll just curl up and die.
Becky.
Here, the bottom of the page. That's it.
Let's see. Villain enters stealthily. Aha. There you are, my little pea blossom. Where have you been hiding yourself?
Oh, I wish with all my tender heart that it were possible to hide myself away forever.
But, my little buttercup, you are the flower of my heart. I shall place sparkling diamonds and glistening pearls around your milk-white throat.
No, I cannot go through with it. Am I an ungrateful daughter? If I do not marry this cur, this villain, he will foreclose the mortgage on my poor widowed mother's home. There must be another way. Go leave me forever, you cur.
But, my little pea blossom, you have promised to marry me. Have you forgotten the mortgage?
Mine?
How can I forget?
How can I forget, you black-hearted villain?
Marry me, pea blossom, and I shall tear the mortgage to shreds.
No, I cannot go. No, 1,000 times no. I'd rather die than say yes.
For this you will be sorry, my little lotus flower. By tonight, you and your pitiful mother will be without a roof over your heads. My, this is exciting!
Stick to the script, Mother, and it would help if you'd use a little expression.
Let's see, where were we?
Children are getting ready for You Got Me Pal. Would you like to go off in the areas that you'll be? We've done these short little scenes and it's really fun and we'd like to do a few of them for you tonight. So we'll just follow as on the program. David, we are ready. Thank you, Corey. David, we are ready. We had a change and apparently David didn't know. Justin is not here tonight. Craig is taking his place and Adrian is taking Amanda's place. So we are ready
Now I got. I've been looking for you for 20 years. Now I'm gonna kill you.
No, wait a second. Can't we talk
Not
this
one
thing
more
over?
step, or else I'll kill you. Oh, I'm gonna play my enemies. I forgot. Well, ready? 1, 2, 3.
You got me, pal. You got me, pal. You got me, pal.
I got you.
No, you got me, pal.
We are ready, Greg and Chris.
Well, they're after us. Let's go. Come on. There we go. They're never gonna catch us now. Chris, that's 5 in 5 days. We're awesome. There's no way that they can catch us. Here's some money. Turn your pocket. Boss, who it is.
Who is it?
Telegram.
It's a telegram.
Tell them to slip it under the door and get the heck out of here.
Slip it under the door and get the heck out of here.
I can't.
Can't.
Why not?
Well, I'm sorry to say it, but I just think that I could fit it under
the door.
Just shut up and before we blow your head off.
Maybe about blowing my head up. There was six kids at home I need to get. Stay up! Now, first, take two. You.
On the first day of school, where could those children be? And where do you think you were a half an hour late on the first day of school?
I was throwing pebbles in the lake, just chill.
Oh, shut up. An hour late on the first day of school, where could the rest of the children be? I'm getting sick of this. And where do you think you were on the first day of school, a half an hour late?
So what? I was throwing pebbles in the lake.
Take a seat. An hour and a half late, the first day of school. What is going on here? Where do you think you were on the first day of school, an hour and a half late? No, let me guess. Wait. You were throwing pebbles in the lake, right?
No, I am Pebbles.
I'm throwing
Lights, camera, action, rotate.
Mother? Yes, honey?
I think I'm gonna die.
Oh, my baby!
Cut, cut. Do it more sad, dramatic, yeah. Lights, camera, action, rotate.
Mother! Yes, honey? I think I'm gonna die. Oh, my baby!
Cut, cut, cut. Did it way too fast. Slow it down. Lights, camera, action, rotate.
Mother, yes. I think I'm going. Oh, Mom.
Cut! Woo, what now? Do it more cool. Yeah. Lights, camera, action, rotate.
Mother. Yeah, honey. I think I'm gonna die.
Do it more clumsy. Lights, camera,
fire.
Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire. Get ready to fire.
She doesn't know how.
She doesn't know how.
She doesn't know how. She doesn't know how.
She doesn't know how. She doesn't know how.
Captain, she doesn't know how.
Push the button, pull the cord.
Push the button, pull the cord.
Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Push the button, pull the cord. Fire. 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 Fire.
Fire. We missed! Ugh. Get ready to fire too.
Get ready to fire too.
Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Get ready to fire too. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we hit it! But that's the president's ship! Oh no! Oh, there's only one way out of this.
I don't know how.
Man, where's that?
Hey. Hey. Hi. Waiting for bus 19? Yeah? What? Yeah, just trying to make friendly conversation. Oh, look, there it is. What? Oh, no. Oh. Give me your money. I don't have it. I don't. Oh, yeah? Oh.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Is there a doctor in the house? Any doctor?
Yes, I'm a doctor.
Oh, this guy's been stabbed. Oh, doctor, where has he been hurt?
He suffered 3 stab wounds to the
Perfect story.
abdominal.
Doctor saved stabbed man. Yes.
Nurse, do you have a scissors?
Scissors. I know. Here they are.
Thank you. Nurse, do you have a screwdriver?
Oh, here's one.
Thank you. Nurse, do you have a knife?
You want a knife?
Here's one. Yeah, this works.
Oh, doctor, is he gonna be all right?
I don't know, I can't get my doctor's bag open. jumping off this cliff. 1, 2.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm jumping off the cliff.
What for?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm solving all my problems by jumping off this cliff.
Well, you know what? I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. Can I jump with you?
Yeah, sure.
1, 2. Wait! What is going on here?
We're jumping off the cliff.
Well, why?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to solve all my problems by jumping off this cliff.
And I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. Oh, well, you know what? I got a beautiful gold ring with lots of diamonds in it for my billionaire husband. But it got thrown away in the dumpster. I'm sad. And I can't go get it because then I get all dirty and I break a nail. Do you mind if I jump with you?
Oh, no, sure.
1, 2.
Wait. What are you guys doing?
We're jumping off the cliff.
Well, why do you want to do that for?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to solve all my problems by jumping off this cliff.
And I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. I'm in big trouble. And I got a ring for my billionaire husband, but it got thrown away in the dumpster.
Well, you guys, if that sounds bad, listen to this. I'm a waitress, and I have never gotten a tip.
Do you want to jump with this?
Okay.
1, 2.
Wait, what are you doing?
We're
Jumping off the cliff.
What on earth for?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to solve all my problems by jumping off this cliff.
And I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. So I'm going to solve all my problems and jump off this cliff. And my beautiful gold ring got thrown away in the dumpster.
And I'm a waitress, and I have never gotten a tip. You think that's bad? I'm a model, and I just got my first zit. Let me jump with you. 1, 2. What are you doing?
Jumping off the cliff!
Why?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to jump off this cliff.
And I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. My ring got thrown away, and I'll never see it again.
And me being a waitress, I've never gotten a tip. I'm a model, and I just got my first zit. Well, I'm a trillion, and I just broke my arm. So I'll jump off. 1, 2. Wait. What are you guys doing?
Jumping off the cliff.
Well, why are you doing that?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to jump off this cliff.
And I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. And my husband gave me a ring, but it got thrown away.
And I've never gotten a tip. I'm a model, and I just got my first zit. Well, I'm a cheerleader, and I just broke my arm. You guys think that's bad? Well, I'm a movie star, and I haven't made a movie in 2 months. How can you ever live on $500,000? Can I jump?
Sure.
1, 2. Wait, what are you guys doing?
Jumping off the cliff.
Well, what on earth for?
Well, I'm a reporter, and I haven't had a good story in over 2 years. So I'm going to jump off this cliff.
I'm a maid, and I vacuumed up the original copy of the Constitution. And some person threw away my gold ring.
And I've never gotten a tip, ever. I'm a model, and I just got my first zit. I'm a cheerleader, I just broke my arm. I'm a movie star, and I haven't made a movie in 2 months. How can you ever live on $500,000? You guys think that's bad? Well, I'm a ballerina, and I just ripped my tutu. So I think I'll jump with you. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh. Whoa, what a story! 7 people jump off a cliff with no obvious reason.
Go down, the medicine, go down, medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. It will see life away. Every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap the job's the game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. A lark, a spree, it's very clear to see. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. In the most delightful way.
The Spotlights would like to invite you on a cruise, and they're going to sing Cruise of Love. Two of the girls in the class have choreographed this. Camille and Julie Packer has done a lot of the choreography, and the other girls have come up with some really cute ideas, and we put it together as a class.
On the cruise of love, it's a cruise of love. If you want some happy living, let's get together. On the cruise of love, it's the cruise of love. Come on and toss all your cares away. That's how you do it. There's really nothing to it on the cruise of love. Come on and sail away with me. Discover together will we. A world of early sunrises upon the ocean blue. Colors that are breathtaking away with me and you. Come on and sail with me today. We'll have great fun on our getaway. Diving in a sleepy lagoon, discovering an island shore. Watching glorious sunsets, you couldn't ask for more. On the cruise of love, it's the cruise of love. If you want some happy living, let's get together. On the cruise of love, it's the cruise of love. Come on and toss all your cares away. That's how you do it. There's really nothing to it on the cruise of love.
I wonder if we could do yours. Just 1 minute. I had it queued up for the other. Could we just do, please tell me first. Is that okay? And then we'll find yours. I'm sorry. It's on the same tape and I forgot to do that. And this class have a couple of songs from the 1950s, in case you haven't noticed the costumes.
Please tell me you can. Please make me aware. That you're still saving your love for me. Won't you go?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And pick up the
Whoa, 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 whoa,
and tell me I miss more than you can say.
Wait, 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 wait.
It breaks my heart to have you act this way. What happened to our dreams? What have you got to say? It was only just us two. So close together were we, but now it's all been changed. The same but never. I can't begin to tell you how much you mean to me. I've never felt like this before, but it does no good for me. You feel so strong about you when you don't share it true.
Woo, 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 woo.
What happened to us?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
We've lost all our trust.
whoa, 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 whoa.
How can we possibly survive? Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Well, folks, we're about over with this, and I hope you've enjoyed the program so far. The kids have really worked really hard, and it's been fun for Jody and me, and Mike, my son here. You know, I tell you, I have to say this. I don't know what a parent can go through. You try to teach your kids to do the right thing, and what does Mike do? He doesn't have a bit of sense in his head. He goes with his sister and her boyfriend up the canyon over here hiking. And like all boys, what are they going to do? They're going to experiment. So he takes a shortcut. And he goes up this shortcut, and what happens up there? He has this feeling inside, don't do it. Don't do it. His sister, don't do it, Mike. But the boyfriend, come on, Mike, you can do it. So he goes up there and he gets higher and higher and higher, and all of a sudden he pulls a rock out. And the rock crumbles. It's only a few million years old. And so Mike is left on a little ledge like this. So he turns around and decides to scare his mother and dad to death. So he jumps off the cliff so he wouldn't fall head first, comes down about 35 feet, hits down on the ground. Luckily, he just has one leg that's fouled up. And then they slid down the side of the mountain with his hands and all these things. And here I come home from the VA hospital the other night. As I'm coming in, Jody's coming out. Well, I'll tell you the story after this. But anyway, as I'm coming in to come out to the theater, Jody says, Keith, I can't talk to you. I'm going over to the hospital. Mike fell off the cliff and broke both his legs. So I come out to the theater with my heart pounding. What's happening? Get here, and I call the hospital and find out that he didn't disappoint me. As Renstrom's, he's tough and strong. And he hit the ground, and the ground gave way and only fractured his right leg. So there he is, folks.
Thank you.
It's so cool to have a rod that's really hot. The frame's real sturdy, but the motor I bought. I found it out the fender, put the handles on the door. I sanded up, painted up the red matador. Yeah, yeah, the red matador. Yeah, yeah, the red matador. Mount was all fixed up and looked mighty fine. I thought what name was right for this hot rod of mine. I tried lots of names, Angel, Luther, and Star, but the only one that's fitting is Old Black Tar. Yeah, yeah, the Old Black Tar. Yeah, yeah, the Old Black Tar. It's so over to the side, pretty nice guy, but gave a ticket anyway. I had to get a job so my fine I could pay. Yeah, yeah, the Pink Panther. Yeah, yeah, the Pink Panther. I like taking all the girls for a ride. I always sit the prettiest right by my side. We cruise up and down till 11 o'clock. Yeah, the girls would rather ride in Stray Cat than walk. Yeah, yeah, the Stray Cat. Yeah, yeah, the Stray Cat. Let's go. We're off like a dirty shirt to the laundry.
I should have told you that the first song, Please Care For Me, was about a lover's quarrel. I don't know if you got that. And this was about their hot rods, the boys singing about their cars. This is taken from Time After Time, a 50s musical that we performed here. And we probably will be performing it next fall with the senior class. This year, as Keith mentioned, it's Jake's Corner, a Roaring 20s musical. And the other day, this little kid, 12 years old, has this line. When I was just a young punk, you know, and all the little kids, my brother, he got in trouble, see, you know, he's a gangster, you know, and all the kids in class started laughing. And they just started giggling all around, and this little 12-year-old said, what's the matter? Why are they all laughing at me? And I said, well, when you were a young punk, you were only 7½. So the lines are really cute to see these little kids playing the part. So we do invite you out to Jake's Corner. It's really a fun show. And the reason we've given you these little list of announcements is I had quite a few mothers ask me, and the children that are interested in what we have coming up. And so if you have any questions, please just call the 224 number and or call, and you really need to sign up for any of the classes that you're interested in. I have really enjoyed your children. Haven't they been just darling? They were a lot quieter the first month. Everyone was quiet, wonderful. I thought, gee, how am I going to pull this? But boy, this last month, everyone's friends and everyone's relaxed, and we've had a lot of fun. They've had a lot of fun, and the noise has been up to here sometimes, but they have really had a lot of fun. And we do thank you very much, and we say good night.
A lot, yeah.
Well, you found out you couldn't fly.
Well, I did for a little while.
Yeah, you know it.
But it wasn't worth it.
Stop there. Stop all the hurt. Stop.
That's right.
That one with the, where she said, Brenda Stars, yeah. And when you were doing yes. Really? Because she knows that I can do her in front of her. I want her to do it.
we're really fortunate that we can do this because a lot of times we do get some great things. It's just out the way. This way, at least it shows up. So the exposure, some kids like it, some people don't. If they like it, then they're going to live it. See, Mike, my gosh, he was only 3 years old when he started. That's still on. He waited until he was 14.
Yeah. Just recording everybody.
Did you get that story about you?
Yeah, I did.
You learned, right?
Hey. That means Vicky didn't play freeze frame again.
What?
That means Vicky didn't get to play freeze frame again.
You guys did.
He said that we were going to play it again.
And I never came back to do it.
No.
Right now, come on.
No. Vicky's not here.
Jeez. Well, you guys gonna do
He said
something
that
else?
we are first.
You guys gonna do something else?
What?
I mean, are you gonna do any other classes or anything? Great. Then I'll get you there.
No.
Yes.
No.
Right?
Not quite.
Yes. Yes.
Did you like it?
Because
Hey, you
me
did a good job.
and Vicky were the first ones to start freeze frame.
You were the first ones?
Because we didn't do it that one day, so he said you guys are going to start next time.
You're gonna start it next time.
Okay.
You will.
Hi, Mom.
Yes, you will.
Nuh-uh.